Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the subject refrigeration and air conditioning. So we are discussing about air conditioning topics. Today we will discuss about air conditioning equipment. Myself Mohammad Shakir, lecturer in mechanical engineering, QQ Government Polytechnic, Hyderabad. So today we are going to discuss about what are the air conditioning equipments and how to select the fans, what are the classification of fans, and what is ducts, and classification of ducts. Air conditioning equipment. So in air conditioning, it is a very important part in refrigeration system. Air conditioning is very important part. So for proper cleaning and circulation of air at desired temperatures at required places, we are using air conditioning. So some equipment are required for circulation of comfortable air at comfortable temperature at required place. We need some equipments. So these are the additional equipments which are required for air conditioning. So additional equipment, nothing but fans and blowers, ducts, air filters, dust collectors, heating and cooling coils, grills, humidifiers and dehumidifiers. These all we are required, additionally required for air conditioning purpose, so that we can transfer or circulate the air at desired temperature at required place. So this plays a very important part in refrigeration system, air conditioning. So we will see one by one. Fans and blowers. So fans, these are extensively used in air conditioning plants for circulating air. In condenser and evaporator coils, we are circulating air. So these are used in air conditioning plants. Blowers, fans and blowers. So for small equipment, we are small capacity, we are using fans, and for large capacity air handling equipment, we are using blowers. So fan is used to discharge air against air pressure at a outlet, which is termed as blower. And fan removes air or gases from a space by suction, is called exhauster. So blowers, we call it as exhauster when it removes gases from a space by suction. And blower is nothing but used to discharge air with some pressure at outlet, that is blower. And exhauster is, it will exhaust or by it will remove the gases. So selection of fans. So selection of fan for a particular air conditioning installation, it requires. So what are the volume of air required to be circulated? So how much cubic meter per minute volume of air is required to circulate? We have to consider all these before selecting a fan. So total static pressure losses includes resistance offered by air filters, washers. We all are using these while flowing air in the circuit. So washers, coils, elbows, bends, valves. So considering all these, we have to verify pressure, at what pressure fan is to run. All those things we have to consider. And classification. So classification of fans, depending upon, we have class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 classification, depending upon according to maximum total pressure. So you can see that pressure values in terms of gauge pressure, water gauge pressure. So up to 95 mm of water gauge, that is class 1 type. Class 2 type up to 171, class 3 type 311 mm, class 4 type 3 same. Okay. So according to airflow pattern, we are classifying it into two types: axial flow fans and centrifugal flow fans. So axial flow fans are nothing but air is flowing parallel to the axis, whereas centrifugal flow fans, air enters axially and it leaves radially. That is, air enters axially and delivers radially. That is centrifugal fans. So axial fans. So axial fans are divided into three types: propeller fans, tube axial fans, vane axial fans. So other type is we are calling it centrifugal fans. Okay, propeller fans, tube axial fans, and vane axial fans comes under axial flow fans. So we will see one by one. Propeller fans. So you can see the diagram there. Propeller fan, it is run by a motor, air inflow, and the fan is mounted on a ring or a plate there. Ring on a plate. Fan is nothing but here propeller. We are using propeller or disc type wheel. So air is entering, air inflow, and air out. We can see there. So this quantity of air delivered in these types of fans is a small quantity, and its cost is also less. So these type of fans are not used for duct air conditioning systems. We cannot use these fans for duct air conditioning systems. These are only used only for low pressures and where air movement is small. There we can use this propeller fans, and these fans are useful in laboratories, bathrooms, where removal of cooking orders from kitchen and many other applications. Wherever we need to remove the odors or smell from place, or laboratories or kitchen rooms, bathrooms, we are having fans. That is nothing but propeller fans. So this is used for only where small quantity of air delivered is small only. This is propeller fan. We can see it is run by a motor, electrical motor. It will suck the air from inside the kitchen or bathroom, and it will discharge outside, so that smell is removed with the help of these fans, propeller fans. Tube axial fans. So tube axial fans, these fans are housed inside a tube. We can see these fans are housed inside a tube, and they can easily installed in round ducts also. They can easily install. They are more efficient than propeller fans. They are more efficient than the propeller fans, and these are used to handle wide range of air volumes. Here we can handle wide range of air volumes, and these are, we can say this as a heavy duty propeller fans. Tube axial fans are heavy duty propeller fans. You can see the line diagram also here. Fan or disc type, it is in housing. These are high noisy fans, more efficient than propeller fans. They used in handle wide range of air volume against medium discharge. Next one is vane axial fans. So vane axial fans, it consists of a axial flow wheel mounted in a cylinder with a set of guide vanes. We can see guide vanes also, axial type wheel, and it is in a cylindrical housing. So this fan eliminates the turbulence of flow. Because of guide vanes, turbulence of flow is eliminated. So we can see their guide vane. So as air leaves in straight line flow, it is operation. This is also noiseless fans. There is no noise because the air leaves in a straight line here, and it can be easily installed in a duct system, where propeller fan we cannot install in a duct system, and tube axial and vane axial we can easily install in a duct system. So you can see the diagram. So vane axial fans, we are providing with guide vanes, so that the airflow will be straight, and also it eliminates this discharge, reduces the turbulence of flow. There will be no turbulence in airflow because of this guide vanes. So its sizes has given 18 inches to 72 inches, capacity to cubic feet 20,000, and static pressure to 72 inches of water gauge they have given. These are the sizes. Next is centrifugal fans. So centrifugal fans, it consists of impeller running in a casing. So it is also, we are calling it as a radial fans. So air enters axially and discharges at periphery. So here this centrifugal fan consists of impeller. It is running in a casing. Casing is in volute shape, centrifugal volute shape it is. So these fans are widely used for duct air conditioning systems. So centrifugal fans we are using for duct air conditioning systems. Here pressure can be developed is more when compared to axial flow fans. The pressure developed is more here. We have three types of centrifugal fans. So these types are actually distinguished by the inclination of fan blades. So these three types are nothing but by location of this fan blades, inclination of blades, we are determining the performance characteristics of the fan. So you can see centrifugal casing we are having, housing nothing but casing, inlet. So air enters axially and discharge at its periphery. So from outlet, from the casing, involute casing, air leaves outlet. It is run by a motor. We can see impeller is running by a motor, belt drive we are having. So it consists of impeller running in case of mounting. So we have told three types of centrifugal fans. So according to blade inclination, we can determine the performance characteristics of the fan here. So blades inclination, one type is forward curved blade. So forward curved blade, radial blade fans, and backward curved blade fans. So blades are inclination are three types. One is forward curved blade fans, second one is radial blade fans, third one is backward curved blade fans. We will see one by one what is this forward curved, radial blade and backward curved blade fans. So first one is forward curved blade fan. You can see the blades, impeller, that is impeller. So here blades you can see it is forward and it is curved. So this type of centrifugal fans are used in air conditioning installations. These are only mainly more widely used, this type of forward curved blade fans. Impeller with forward curved blade. Here impeller is there with blades are forward curved, and these fans can develop high pressure. For the given diameter and speed it can develop much high pressure, and these are smaller, lighter and slow running fans, and they are also cheaper, and they they are cheaper and it will produce noise. These forward curved blade centrifugal fans are used in window type air conditioners with drum type construction, so that they are used in window type air conditioners. It has an efficiency up to 75% efficiency. You can see the arrow marks we have placed there, nothing but motion imparted to air by shape of blade, resultant motion of air leaving fan due to 1 and 2, motion imparted to air by fan wheel rotation. Tip of the blade is curved forward with respect to direction of rotation of fan wheel. So in the direction of rotation of fan wheel, we can see blades are curved forward. So the tip is nothing but in the direction of rotation of fan wheel. So this fans will develop efficiency. It works with efficiency up to 75% efficiency. We can see forward curved blade fan. Next one. So window type air conditioning we are using this one. Smaller, lighter and slower running fans. These are efficiency up to 75% as we have discussed. Next one is radial blade fans. So centrifugal fan impeller with radial blades. This is previous one is forward curved blades, centrifugal fan impeller with forward curved blades, previous one. This one is centrifugal fan impeller with radial blades. So this is made with simple impeller construction. We can see the blades here are straight from central hub. You can see blades are straight, there is no curving. Blades are straight, and these fans provide high pressures at high speeds. These fans are used in electric motors for internal cooling purposes. We are using these fans in electric motors. it also works under efficiency of up to 75% efficiency. So same thing, motion imparted to the air by shape of blade, result motion of air leaving fan, motion imparted to air by fan wheel rotation. Blade has no curvature, fixed radially. This is compared to previous one, they are curved, forwardly curved along the direction of rotation of wheel impeller, but here the blades has no curvature, it has fixed radially, they are fixed. We can see it has used in electric motors for internal cooling purposes. We are using this radial blade fan. And next one we will see. This is all I have discussed. Next one is backward curved blade fans. Backward curved. So here we can see the tip of the blade is curved backward, or it is away from the direction of rotation. So forward curved is along the direction of rotation, we have seen, and now backward curved blade fan is nothing but the tip of the blade, you can see it is away from the direction of rotation of the fan wheel. Curved backward, it is direction, you can see it has curved backward. And these fans need high speed, and they are more sturdy in construction. These fans are more sturdy in construction because it has to these are fixed curved backwards away from the rotation also. And these types of fans are used in big installations. These fans are having efficiency up to 80%. So you can see the diagram also. These curved blades are curved backward with respect to fan wheel rotation. Tip, you can see they are away from the rotation of the fan wheel. This is the backward curved blade fan. So these are the three types of centrifugal fans. One is forward curved blade fan, radial fans, and backward curved blade fan. They are used in bigger installations. Efficiency is up to the efficiency up to 80%. Next one. So next topic is duct system. So duct system is nothing but it will carry conditioned air. It will carry air passage or air flow takes place inside the duct, whether it is cool air or warm air from room space or to the room, it will carry duct. So this is the you can see these are ducts. So air conditioning units, it will supply or distribute conditioned air to the rooms or places required to provide comfort condition. So air conditioning units will be there. From that air conditioning units, that conditioned air is to be supplied to the rooms or places wherever there is a comfort conditions are required. So for that places, this air conditioning, from air conditioning units to room, we are passing the conditioned air with the help of these ducts. So in big installations, conditioned air cannot be supplied directly. We cannot supply conditioned air directly from air conditioning equipment to the room or space to be conditioned in big installations, big places, in big buildings, all those things. So if the distance between them is large, so air conditioning unit to the conditioned space to be cooled, the distance is large, means we cannot directly supply conditioned air to that room. So therefore we are using ducts to carry the conditioned air from air conditioning equipment to the rooms. With the help of these ducts, we are carrying the conditioned air from air conditioning equipments to the room. So if there is distance is more also, with the help of these ducts, we are carrying the conditioned air from conditioned equipment to rooms or air distribution points or any outlet position. So these ducts, they can be made circular or rectangular or square shape also. These ducts can be made circular, rectangular or square shapes. So mainly we are preferring circular ducts because they carry more air in less space. They will carry more air in less space. So we are preferring circular ducts. These ducts are generally made of sheet metal like galvanized iron sheet or tin sheet, galvanized iron GI sheet or tin sheet these ducts are made. And we can make ducts with the non-metals like glass fiber, cement, asbestos ducts, which are used for underground air distribution purpose. For underground air distribution purpose, we are using non-metals like asbestos ducts, cement ducts, glass fiber ducts we are using. Air distribution system. This air distribution system mainly consists of it is very important. Air distribution system mainly consists of supply ducts, outlet ducts or distribution ducts, and return ducts. So one is supply duct, other is outlet duct, and other one is return duct. Outlet duct is nothing but distribution duct, and other is return duct. So supply duct, it will supply the conditioned air from air conditioning equipment to the space to be conditioned. So from equipment to the room or space to be conditioned, it will supply the conditioned air. That is supply duct, means from equipment to the room, whichever space we need to be conditioned. From that duct is nothing but we are calling it as supply duct. And the distribution duct or outlet duct is nothing but it deliver the conditioned air into the rooms. It will deliver from that place up to the room is supply duct. From in the room at different point it will deliver different rooms. So that we are saying distribution duct or outlet duct. And return duct. Return ducts, nothing but these ducts will carry air from the room. After conditioning, air will become hot after flowing in the inside the room. So this return duct, nothing but it will collect the air from the room and it will take back to the equipment, air conditioning equipment. So supply duct, distribution duct or outlet duct, and return duct. One is to carry the air, conditioned air from equipment to the room. Other is to distribute the along the inside the room. And other duct is return duct is for carrying the air, used air from room to the conditioned equipment, back to the air conditioning equipment. So made of galvanized iron. For underground purpose we are using non-metals, glass fiber, cement, asbestos ducts, like that. So next one is classification of ducts. So ducts are classified supply air duct. So supply air duct we have just now seen. Supply air duct means nothing but it supply the conditioned air from equipment to space to be conditioned. That is supply air duct. Outlet air duct. So it deliver the conditioned air into the rooms. Supply outlet. Return air duct, we have seen return air duct. It carry used air from rooms to the back to the equipment. It will carry used air from rooms to back to the equipment. It will carry. Fresh air ducts. Fresh air duct. This duct which carry outside air is called fresh air duct. It carries outside air. And low pressure duct. This duct is to be said to be low pressure duct when the static pressure in the duct is less than 50 mm of water gauge. When the static pressure in the duct is less than 50 mm of water gauge, we are calling it as low pressure. And if it is up to 150 mm of water gauge, static pressure in this type of duct is up to 150 mm of water gauge, we are calling it as medium pressure duct. And if the static pressure in the duct is from 150 mm to 200 mm of water gauge static pressure, this duct we are calling it as high pressure duct. This is called as high pressure duct. Next we have low velocity duct. Low velocity duct is nothing but when the velocity of air in the duct is up to 600 meter per minute. So this duct is said to be low velocity duct. If the velocity of air inside the duct is 600 meter per minute, then it is low velocity duct. And high velocity duct is nothing but velocity of air in the duct is more than 600 meter per minute. Velocity of air in the duct is more than 600 meters per minute, then it is high velocity duct. So these are the classification of duct: supply air duct, outlet air duct, return air duct, fresh air duct, low pressure duct, medium pressure duct, high pressure duct, low velocity duct and high velocity duct. These are the classification of ducts. So classification of ducts according to the manner of arrangement of ducts we are saying. So we have called just now seen the what type of duct is nothing but depending on the parameters we have classified the duct. So here according to arrangement of supply ducts. So according to arrangement. So according to arrangement it is divided into three classification: loop parameter duct system, radial parameter duct system, extended plenum duct system. Loop perimeter, radial perimeter, extended plenum duct system. Perimeter it is, not parameter. So loop, radial and extended. So plenum is nothing but it is a air container at above atmospheric pressure. Plenum is nothing but air container. It is air container above atmospheric pressure. Air container above atmospheric pressure. And other classification is according to arrangement of number of ducts used. According to arrangement of number of ducts used: single duct system, dual duct system and dual duct induction duct system combined. That is third one is dual duct and induction duct system combined. So we will see this one by one with the help of diagrams. These are the classification of ducts. So first one is loop perimeter duct system. So this air conditioner is usually placed in the basement near geometric center of all the outlets. So we have here outlets. So it is placed at the geometric center. So the total length of the duct and laying cost will be minimum. So for length of the ducts, if we place this duct system at the center, so that if conditioner is placed at the center, it means for the length of the ducts we can reduce, and hence cost also get reduced. You can see at the center it is conditioner. From there ducts are going, arrow marks you can see into different rooms and different places it is moving. So here continuous supply duct runs all sides of the room space and it forms a closed loop here, and it forms a closed loop. So that's why it is loop perimeter. So here there are return grills also. Ducts are located at the bottom side of the inside wall, and this type of duct system we are using for residential systems. We are using this type of duct systems for residential purpose. So continuous duct runs all sides and forms a closed loop. Supply outlets close to the ceiling level here. Supply outlets are placed close to the ceiling level, and these ducts run through the basement of the building. Ducts will be connected from the conditioner to the supply the outlets grills here. Return grills and ducts arranged at the bottom of inside wall. You can see the arrow marks. This is just a line diagram, only one view you are seeing. That is a total in the 3D. That is nothing but a residential space. It is residential system we are using. Supply and air grill. Supply outlets are placed close to ceiling level, and the ducts run through the basement of the building, and it will connect the air conditioner to supply the outer grills. The return grills and ducts here are located on the bottom side of the inside wall. In the bottom side, the return grills and ducts are located at the bottom side of inside wall. So this type of system we are using in residential system. Loop perimeter, closed loop. Center, there is at the geometrical center there is a conditioner. From there we are using ducts to supply the conditioned air. So at all places air will be flowing, and we are calling it as a closed loop system. You can see by this system we can reduce the length of the ducts also here, and the cost also gets reduced in this loop perimeter duct system. Next one is radial perimeter duct system. You can see the figure there, radial. So air handling unit equipment is at the center and the ducts are placed radially, you can see. So conditioned air is delivered from a center plenum in separate ducts to each of the outlets. So there are outlets here, we are using 4 outlets. So separate duct is connected to each of the outlet here in the radial perimeter system. Outlet grills are placed at the ceiling level. And return air grills are located to collect the return air in a separate duct. At the bottom side of inside wall we have return air grills. Outlet grills are at the ceiling level and the bottom we have return air grills here. You can see this system, ducts in 4 sides we have. For each outlet we have one duct connection, separate ducts we are having. So outlet grills are placed at ceiling level and the return grills are placed at the bottom side of the inside wall here. Bottom side of the inside wall. You can see the diagram. This is a radial perimeter duct system. Radial perimeter duct system. This is outlet grills are placed at ceiling level, separate duct provided for return air at the bottom of inside wall. Next one is extended plenum duct system. So plenum said is air container at above atmospheric pressure. So in this system the plenum is extended one or both sides of air handling unit. So we are extending the plenum nothing but it is air container which is high pressure, more than atmospheric. So that plenum we are extending on one side or both sides. Here we are extending on one side here, we can see. So air handling unit, from that we are extending the air plenum. So that plenum is a container, air container, just it is, you can see there, just a rectangle we have placed, nothing but it is a container with air more than atmospheric pressure. Generally we circulate or distribute air from air handling unit, but here what we are doing, we are just extending it. The air handling unit we are extending on both sides or single side. In this figure only single side we have extended. So from there extension we can see each outlet is supplied. So conditioned air through separate supply duct we are supplying. So each outlet, we can see here outlets through each duct from extended plenum we have each separate ducts for separate outlets here, and we are supplying the conditioned air through the separate supply duct here. So extended plenum, from there we are connecting the duct systems to different outlets. There we can see different outlets. From there to the that conditioned air is supplied to the outlets here. This is the extended plenum duct system diagram, you can see. So we have seen according to manner of arrangement of supply ducts. So we have seen a loop perimeter in which at the center we have geometrical center, we have air conditioning equipment, and we are having duct connections. So that we are preferring this in residential, because of we can reduce the length of the duct and also cost we can reduce. And radial perimeter duct system we have seen, at the center we have air handling equipment, and radially we are connecting ducts to separate outlets, each separate duct for each outlet we are connecting. And extended plenum is this one. So air handling equipment, from air handling equipment we are extending the plenum, and from there separate ducts for separate outlets. We can extend the plenum at one side or both sides also according to our requirement. So here we are extending at one side here. This is the according to arrangement, division of classification of ducts. Next classification we have seen is nothing but according to arrangement of number of ducts. Previously we have seen arrangement of supply ducts. So how the duct are arranged, positions. so that we can distribute conditioned air. Now arrangement of number of ducts used. So how many number of ducts we are using? So we have single duct system, dual duct system, and dual duct and induction system both combined. So these three types we are seeing now according to number of duct system. So first one we are seeing is single duct system. So this is a diagram of single duct system. So this system is more widely used for a high degree of comfort. We are using this type of system, single duct system, and it is simple in operation, and you can easily control this system, and it is also less expensive. This type of duct system is less expensive, and we can use this single duct system in residential and also for commercial type comfort air conditioning. Commercially or for commercial purpose or residential purpose, we can use this type of duct system, single duct system. So this has a high degree of comfort we are getting by using this type of ducts. Here the fresh air and quantity of return air is mixed. Fresh air and quantity of return air is mixed, and the mixture of the two streams, fresh air and used air, these two streams mixture is again we are filtered. Here we can see here air from atmosphere, arrow mark, air from atmosphere with the help of valve, and we have filter, blower, heating or cooling coil or bath, or we are using single duct, single line. You can see there, from there to conditioned air to space, and after from air from that room again on the top side you can see return air to exhaust. So some part of we are using this return air, again it is coming downward, arrow mark you can see. So here nothing but the fresh air from atmosphere also going to filter, and also the predetermined quantity of return air, that return air coming from the conditioned room, that return air also we are using. The both mixture is sent to the mixture of these two streams, sending to filter. In the filter it gets filtered. Now the air is forced to cooling or heating coil depending on summer or winter for comfort. So in winter we need a heating coil, and in summer we need a cooling coil. So depending on the atmospheric condition, weather condition, we are using any one coil, heating or cooling coil, and we are forcing it to the coil with the help of blower. Just now we have seen for heavy duty application we are using blowers here. So this air is forced to cooling or heating coil depending on weather conditions for the comfort sake. And this I previously mentioned, air conditioning nothing but not only cooling this space, it is purifying or heating also depending on weather condition. For our comfort sake, air conditioning is for comfort. We feel comfort in winter. If some warm air is coming, we feel comfort. So depending on conditions we use heating or cooling coil there. So now the conditioned air is then sent and circulated to the space by means of a single duct. We are circulating here the conditioned air to the required room or space to be conditioned. There we are sending with the help of single duct, and from the room again we are collecting that air, and the mixture of fresh air and the return air we are filtering, and from after filtering we are forcing it to heating or cooling coil. You can see in this way the single duct system is working. Air from atmosphere to filter to blower to coils, from coil we are getting conditions air, that air we are circulating in the conditioner. Again in the return that we are taking that air, and again we are mixing with fresh air, both is entering into the again into system, working system. This is a single duct system. Through single duct we are sending the conditioned air to the required space. Both residential and commercial comfort air conditioning purpose we are using. Mixture of two streams is filtered here. Next one, dual duct system. Dual duct. So this is the diagram, you can see dual duct. So cooling and heating is obtained simultaneously here. Cooling and heating is obtained simultaneously, and it is delivered separately through cold duct and hot duct. At a time we are getting cooling and heating, and at a time we are doing heating and cooling in the system, and through separate ducts, cold duct and hot duct, we are delivering the comfort air, conditioned air. So this system is useful for applications where different temperatures of air are required in different rooms at same time. So at same time we need hot air and cool air, warm air and cool air. So that places this is very useful. This type of application is very useful. Generally in hospitals we require different temperature rooms there. In hospital application, it finds very useful application in hospital. So here what is happening, here we can control the quantity of air passing through this hot and cold ducts is controlled. We can control by using terminal units. We are controlling the hot and cold air. You can see the diagram here. So fresh air from atmosphere is filtered, and we have blower there. From blower we are using two ducts now. One is going to heating coil, other is going to cooling coil. In single duct system we used any one coil there. Now here we can use at a time two coils at two different temperatures we can get at two different rooms. One is heating and cooling. So from blower air is forced to heating coil and cooling coil. So from the air which has went through the heating coil is conditioned hot air. That conditioned air is passed to the required room through hot duct. We are calling it as hot duct. And here cooling coil, the air is forced to the cooling coil is sent to through cold duct to the required room. At a time we are getting hot and cold air. So this find useful application in hospital applications. This is dual duct system. So same again, return air we can send it, a mixture of fresh air and return air to the filter. We can send it. Same like single duct. Here we are using two ducts. Where two different temperatures are required, there we are using heating and coil obtained simultaneously. At a time we are getting heating and cooling coil, widely used in hospitals. Now dual duct system, induction system combination. So this is a diagram. It is a combination of dual duct and induction system. So here room coil is used only for cooling. So here the cooling and heating coils are located on delivery side. We are cooling and hot heating coils are located on delivery side, and the air is forced by the blower. So air is forced by the blower, and cold and hot air always available in this system. Here. So cold and hot ducts are connected to the induction unit. Where two streams get mixed up and are controlled to the desired temperature by means of thermostat here. So they both get mixed up and are controlled the required temperature by the thermostat. Cold ducts and hot ducts are connected to the induction unit here. You can see. So from where the two streams gets mixed up. These two streams get mixed up and are controlled to the desired temperature by means of thermostat. So in previous one we are using only one coil, single duct. In dual duct we have both at a time, cooling and heating. Here what is happening, cooling and heating are again mixed up in the induction unit, where these two streams mixed and are controlled to the desired temperature by means of thermostat we are controlling. So this is, and again return unit, we have all this filters, blowers, all those here. This is just a line diagram, we can see. So we are this is combination of dual duct and induction system. This room coil is used only for cooling only, and here we have cooling and heating coil, that both ducts are meeting in the induction unit, where the mixture of cold and hot ducts are these two streams, cool air and hot air stream, these two streams get mixed up, and these are controlled by at desired temperature to whatever required temperature we need, with the help of thermostat we are controlling. This is the dual duct induction system. So heating and cooling coils are arranged on delivery side, and air is forced by blower. Hot and cold air is always available, and we are mixing that with and controlling with the help of thermostat controls. So this is dual duct induction system. Thank you.